Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy.
The seeds have been set. The Haaland going to City might cause Kane to go to Bayern Munich.
I thought you were talking about the World Cup.
No, hear me out.
Oh, you just... Okay.
Haaland to City. Jesus to Arsenal. Mane to Liverpool. Mane to Bayern. Lewa to Barca. Kane to Bayern. It's the snowball effect. If you lose Kane, you've done it in
a completely wrong order anyway. So how does that make sense?
All the correct teams, though.
Correct teams. You could edit it. Kane to Bayern. Is it wraps for you? Because I think that could happen.
No.
The only way he's going to Munich is if he just wants a holiday and he just wants to visit a lovely city.
Yeah,
It's probably cool.
They're 10 times the club of Spurs.
I meant cold as in not 40 degrees.
They're not 10 times. I'd say 5 times because, you got Bundesliga tax on that and, it's a farmers league. So no one really cares about that league like that.
Champions League.
How many years have Bayern Munich won it in a row?
Fully at 50.
50?
No, Dortmund stopped the rot a little bit. But.
Yeah, no, I think it was like 52. Anyway, that league is a joke. It's a joke. Let's be real. It's a joke. So
it's better than the French league.
De Ligt's just gone by and it can't be that much of a joke. I mean, he was supposed to go to Chelsea.
But they've won it 10 years in a row, right? Bayern Munich, or was it?
But that you could say the same about the
PSG
SPL.
got disrupted not long ago, I think.
By Lille.
Yeah.
See, I just know French football.
Yes, the knowledge is up. But my point is, Bayern Munich have dominated that league more than anyone else, even Scottish football. Celtic were winning it, 3-4 years ago. Now it's Rangers' turn. Bayern Munich just dominate that league. So that league, to me, I can't take it seriously.
Celtic won 9 years in a row.
Who?
Celtic won 9 years in a row, then Rangers and Steven Gerrard stopped
But
it.
it switched up in recent years. Whereas Bayern Munich is just like literally, the last 10 years? It's ridiculous. So why would Kane want to go there? You win the trophy and then people still give you the asterisk.
It's not for the Bundesliga. It's for the Champions League.
The domestic league, is
he has a bigger chance of winning the Champions League with Bayern and at the end of the day, probably double his salary than at Spurs.
I don't think he'll win the Champions League with Bayern.
Imagine Mane, Kane, Gnabry.
The reason I don't think they'll win it, and I know they won it not long ago, so this is going to be almost going against me. How's that any better than Son and Kulusevski next to him? It's not.
I know, but I mean, it's shut up! Shut up! Stop! Thank you.
Drills always come at
I would actually say I would much rather face Son, Kane and Kulusevski than Mane, Kane and Serge. Maybe a bit of Sane mixed in there. I'm going to knock them out. Trust me, I will, because I am hard.
We don't even know where it's coming from.
No, we don't.
Nah, I'm rolling with Son, Kane and Kulusevski.
Really?
Because I'm biased.
But Bayern has a much better squad depth. Could you see, realistically, Kane going to Bayern?
Who's got a better manager? Who would you want to work under?
Probably Conte.
Nagelsmann or Conte?
Conte.
Well, you should have questioned who was the Bayern manager, because that would have really put a...
Jürgen Klinsmann.
He knows. Oh, yeah. You know that. You knew
I did know that.
But that's my point. Who's the better manager? I think a lot more players would want to play under Conte.
But I just feel like if you go to Bayern Munich to win the Champions League.
But it's not guaranteed. The Champions League is such a weird trophy. They won it recently, granted, but I just feel like there are so many teams that could win that trophy. There's Liverpool, there's Man City still gunning for it. You've got Real Madrid, who just have a habit of winning it. Barcelona now with Lewandowski and the players they've signed, Aubameyang, they're rebuilding. Just got Ousmane Dembele back on the contract. Like, there are players that, teams that definitely have a chance of winning that. So it's still up in the air for Bayern Munich to even win that as well.
Well, let's touch on that, because Lewandowski has signed for Barca. 42, I believe it is, 42.5 million on a four-year deal, age 33. So he's going to be there till he's 37. If people don't come in. 42 million, is it overpriced, or is he still Lewandowski, the world-class striker, Ballon d'Or, should have been winner?
Overpriced? No,
Was that a good deal?
I think that's the value that he's worth, isn't it?
At age 33?
Yeah.
I agree.
You reckon?
Yeah. Wait, as an English club, you don't think you'd have to pay 40 plus million for Lewandowski?
No,
but
you're
just
right.
because he's going
How long did he have left on his contract?
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know. If
it's almost a bargain.
Well, in a European league, he's 30 goals.
You're getting Lewandowski for half the price of Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
The only thing is,
when you put it like that,
we haven't seen him outside of the Bundesliga.
You've seen him in the Champions League.
That is true. That is very
and
true.
International stage for Poland.
Yeah. When they do get to it.
Well, the Bayern Munich CEO, who is actually Oliver Kahn, bet you didn't know that. He came out and said, when asked about Harry Kane, he's under contract at Tottenham. Sure, he's an absolute striker. But that's all a dream of the future. Let's see what happens. I think the translation was a bit mixed up there. But he's basically saying they want Kane.
Or they see
Loads
him,
of clubs
or they
want
see
Kane.
him being able to fit the role that Lewandowski's left, obviously.
Kane only has 2 years left on his contract. So if anyone's going to buy him, it should be this summer. Because next summer, he'll be even cheaper. Is Levi making a bit of a doo-doo right now?
Levi, what are they? A pair of jeans?
Yeah, is Daniel Levi making a doo-doo right now?
Staying in his jeans.
Is he just losing money on Harry Kane?
I don't know. I felt like, do you know what? And I was one of the only Spurs fans, and I got hammered last season when he was doing the whole... where did he disappear to, Kane, last year? He was in the Bahamas or something, and he wouldn't come back for training. Bahama Gate. Let's call it Bahama Gate, where he wouldn't come back. And I was one of the only Spurs fans that publicly said, I want Harry Kane to go. He deserves to go and win things. And obviously Spurs fans don't want to hear that. They're just like, they're all hammering me like, what are you talking about? Why does he think he's better? He's unprofessional. But I feel like he does deserve to win things. Like he's that level of player. He's that quality. He's elite. Everything at Spurs goes through him. And I felt like Levy should have cashed in on him to go Man City at that time. And we could have rebuilt the squad. We've still got Son. You know, we could have made it more of a... Because like I said, even now, even with Son, everything goes through Harry Kane.
Yeah.
You take Harry Kane at this team, I'm telling you, it doesn't function the same. Yeah. So we're too reliant upon him. We needed to kind of build around him. And that 100, what did it get up to? Maybe 115 max or something?
Yeah.
We could have took that.
It'd be better for him to go to Bayern there, because then he's not playing for like a direct rival of yours. In terms of City. I know they're not... You know, they're in the Premier League.
Listen, Oliver Kahn can want him. I want Margot Robbie. Sometimes in life, you just don't get what you want. You know, it's just, it is what it is.
Here's one. Would you rather Harry Kane goes this summer for 115 million to Bayern Munich, or you keep him for one more year, maybe get Champions League football again, maybe whack in a League Cup, and he goes for 50 million next year, 1 year on a contract?
I think with Conte, this being his first season in charge properly, you know, last year he came during the season, having a pre-season, I have to see Kane in a proper Conte season, 38 games.
But he's a massive fan of him as well. Like,
yeah.
He's 100%
but I think that's the only problem with Kane, because a lot of players don't know how long Conte is going to be there for. Yeah. So then they got to think about their future without him. Who is going to come in if Conte leaves? What's the next step? Is there going to be another world-class manager through the door if Conte doesn't stay beyond the end of his contract, which is this season? If he doesn't sign an extension, and there's no rumour of him signing an extension...
Straight off to PSG.
What's going to happen? We don't know what's going to happen. And I think players, even when we're signing players at the moment, I think that's in their mind as well. They got to consider that. All right, I could come in, but if I sign a 4 or 5 year deal and he's only got a year left in his contract, who's in next? Where's my career going after that? So there's still a lot of things at play that I'm not happy about, but I'm praying we get off to a good start and Conte decides to sign at least an extension.
I mean, either way, I think Champions League this year, I feel like over the last few years, every team has had sort of like very similar teams. Like their forwards going forward are quite similar. Whereas this year, it's all changed. What's that mean? Like all the top players are just going around to the top clubs.
I hear you.
I feel like there's a lot more big names going to big clubs this year than last year.
Right. I agree.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
Jesus
so
to Arsenal,
you mean like the big teams are getting better?
Lewa to Barca, Mane to Bayern.
I like how you're sliding Jesus in with these players. Like, there's just, I don't know what you're doing there.
3 goals in 2 games, quality.